Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Just wanted to shed some light on one of the investment account options here that we have available to us in Canada, specifically the RRSP. If you are from the United States, your counterpart would be the 401k. So, first off, what is an RRSP? An RRSP is a registered retirement savings plan. This says the word savings in here. It is not a savings account. This is an investment account for your retirement. So when you contribute money to an RRSP, your funds are tax advantaged, meaning that they have specific tax benefits. They're exempt from being taxed in the year that you make that contribution, and any investment income earned, any capital appreciation, any dividends in your RRSP grow. They are not taxed right away. They are tax deferred, meaning that as long as the money stays within that RRSP, it is not taxed. It is only taxed once the money is withdrawn. So we'll shed a little bit more of light on that in a second. Let's keep scrolling down. Here we can see RSP contributions are tax deductible, meaning that you can deduct those contributions on your current year tax return, potentially reducing the total amount of taxes you pay. This is a great tax planning strategy. Let's say you know that you're going to have a large tax bill at the end of the year. You can contribute a lump sum to your RRSPs and get a large tax credit, thereby potentially reducing the tax bill that you owe. RRSPs versus RSPs. What's the difference here? Literally just the name. RRSP is retirement savings plan. RRSP are registered retirement savings plans. They're the exact same thing, the same benefits, just a different name. So how do RRSPs work? So you can hold a wide range of investments within an RRSP depending on the type of plan. You can have stocks in here, bonds, GICs, mutual funds, ETFs, the whole shebang. As we said before, investment income earned from these investments is tax deferred in the RRSP until you withdraw the funds. So I've had some questions and some messages saying, oh, well, if I'm going to get taxed on my investments anyways within this account, what's the point? I'm going to be taxed once I withdraw them. So what's the point of me contributing to this account? Well, the theory behind that is this. Let's say, I was working, I'm 30 years old, and I'm making a large salary from ages 30 to 55 or 60 whenever I retire. My marginal tax rate will be higher than when I retire theoretically. So if I'm being taxed at a 35% total tax rate right now, but when I retire, if I'm 55 or 60, I'm only having my pension income come in, I'm not having an earned income. I should theoretically be in a lower tax bracket. So in my example, I was being charged 35% before. Let's say my marginal tax bracket when I'm retired is lower because I'm not earning any earned income, closer to 20%, let's say. That 15% of tax savings right there between my marginal tax rates is exactly why I would rather take out money out of my RRSP when I am older. I will save on the tax while allowing my investments to compound and grow over time. So that is the theory behind there. How much can you contribute annually? So that's subject to what is called a contribution amount, and that is based on your prior year's earned income. So let's go to another example. The year is 2022. Let's say in 2021, I made $100,000 per year as earned income. I would take that $100,000 times that by 18%. Therefore, I'm able to contribute $18,000 to my RRSP in 2022. Very easy, back the napkin math. Another quick way to find out how much contribution room you have is to log into your MyCRA account, and you can actually see on your last tax assessment how much contribution room you have. And remember, you don't lose contribution room for years that you didn't contribute to your RRSP. So if you didn't contribute for 5 years, but you had an earned income, you keep accumulating that contribution room over time so you don't lose it. I would encourage you 100% to log into your MyCRA account, like I said, and see how much RRSP contribution room you have. So let's scroll down. Like we said, there's a ton of investment options here. So you can put in cash, GICs, mutual funds, bonds, individual stocks, ETFs. So very, very versatile account. So what age can you contribute to your RRSP? There is no minimum age required to open an RRSP. And I encourage you, just like they say over here, what is the best age to open an RRSP? That can vary from person to person, but I encourage you generally, the earlier the better. The more time you have as with investing as a general rule, the more time that you have to allow your investments to compound, get that compounding effect, the better it is. So if you can get started earlier, the better it is. Here they're just going over the benefits of investing in an RRSP, tax deferred savings, which we talked about, tax deductions, optimizing those deductions. Income splitting, we did not talk about this. So if you earn more than your spouse or common law partner, contributing to a spousal RRSP may help reduce the total amount of tax you pay. So that is also a very great advantage of this account. Financing your first home or education. Now I can speak personally to this. Here they talk about the home buyer's plan and lifelong learning plan. I'll probably make 2 separate videos on these as well. But here I just bought my own house, and I was able to withdraw the funds that I accumulated in my RRSP tax-free through what they call the home buyer's plan, and use that money as a down payment on my house. In the home buyer's plan, you're allowed to pay back this amount over 15 years without paying any fees, any tax, and I can just split that up equally over 15 years and just pay that back as I see fit. As long as I meet those minimum annual amounts, then I am good. So I'll do a full video on that, but it's a great advantage of this account, and I'll probably end up paying it back within 3 years. It won't take me 15 years. But again, if you've accumulated a large amount in your RRSP and you're thinking of buying a home for the first time, this might be a great option for you as well. When can I withdraw my money? So you can withdraw your money anytime you want. The only caveat here being that money that you withdraw will be included in your income for tax purposes and will be subject to tax, as we said. There may be some other fees as well. So if you can really avoid withdrawing that income from your RRSP or those funds, that would probably be best. But I understand life happens and you need to plan for those things, and sometimes you can't plan for those things. So just be aware of that. How long can your RRSP stay open? So you're not allowed to open an RRSP past December 31st of the calendar year you turn 71. So once you turn 71, you then need to withdraw the funds from the RRSP either as a lump sum, transfer the contents to a registered retirement income fund called a RIF, or purchase an annuity. When is the contribution deadline? The contribution deadline is always March 1st of that next year. So it goes on a March 1st to a February 28th basis. So always March 1st, February 28th of that year. So for us, the next contribution deadline will be March 1st, 2023. So that was an overview of the RRSP. One thing I did not mention, which I should, especially with these investment options, as I said, the interest income that you earn in there if you hold bonds is tax deferred. Same with the dividends, but specifically the US dividends. So US dividends, as we should know, are subject to what is called a 15% withholding tax. So if I hold, let's say I hold 100 shares of Apple in my tax-free savings account or in my cash investment account, and they pay me for those 100 shares of Apple $100 worth of dividends. Again, hypothetical. I'm only going to receive $85 of that $100 of dividends because that 15% of withholding tax will be taken off and I will not get that money. However, if I held those 100 shares of Apple in my RRSP, I would get that $100 of dividends and I am not subject to any withholding tax. So that is very unique to the RRSP. Something to keep in mind. That is why a lot of investors hold their US equities, their US stocks, US ETFs in their RRSP. Just something to keep in mind. And I believe that's everything that I have for the RRSP. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope it helped out. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'd be glad to answer those questions. Again, I am not a financial advisor by any means. Investing is always risky. Please do your own research for your investments, and I am not liable for any losses you may incur. Thanks again. Hope you have a great day.